The following video was recorded by a paranormal enthusiast from Mexico and shared on his very own channel, Scariest. He was out exploring a cemetery all by himself that night, and the video in question was recorded shortly before dawn. The man was initially a bit disappointed since he didn't really come across anything noteworthy that night, but after getting home and reviewing all of his footage, he realized that something was perhaps standing just meters away from him.
No sé, estoy solo, totalmente solo, y me vale madre, me vale madre lo que piensa la gente, pero sí, aquí estamos.
A dark shadow entity seems to be standing right in front of him by a grave. Carr swore that nobody else was there, at least as far as he could tell. And why would that person stand in pitch darkness anyway? So, did he capture a spirit here? A ghostly visitor? Or how else do we explain this black silhouette? Very unsettling. The channel owner of Exploring Alabama travels to abandoned and spooky locations once in a while to document all of the interesting things that he can come across on his adventures. Today's no exception. He visits a creepy abandoned church in the middle of the day, and he lets the viewers in on the exact location of his find, and talks about how old it might be. Then there is a noise.
So much are sneaking around.
But possibly nothing. One of the most interesting areas of the church is of course the main hall, which appears to be pretty run down. When he decided to take a last little peek, he realizes that he is not alone.
One more peek. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? There's somebody up there.
Some think it's just a cat, which I find is pretty plausible. What do you think? Was it maybe even another person, or something else? Christine sent me the next video. It was recorded by a family member who was capturing one of her friends when getting her hair ready. They were about to leave the house. Nothing seemed out of place at the time. Until... both of them said it was no member of the family. While it is hard to prove, it's really an unsettling thought at whatever we are looking at here. This clip was uploaded by Kaylee Logan on Facebook. She tells us that this clip was taken from the Ring doorbell camera at her parents' house. She claims that there has been a lot of mysterious action and sound around the front of her parents' house lately, so she was checking the cameras to see if anything was caught on there. The author of the video says there's no reasonable explanation for what she catches in the clip. She states that there was nobody in or around the car at this time, and that everyone was inside and sleeping when the following footage was taken of her father's car. What she found shocked her quite a bit. In the footage we see a mysterious figure that seems to appear out of nowhere in the passenger seat and moves from the front to the back of the car in an unnatural way. And just as fast as it appears, it seems to disappear again into the air. The uploader also states that they checked the next morning and there were no plants or other objects that could have created this reflection. Some commentators on this video have theorized that there may be a negative spirit who's attached or trapped in the car somehow, perhaps an old owner or someone that was involved in an accident. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever experienced paranormal activity connected to a car? This video was sent by Eric and it was recorded by a young man in his apartment. He's just cooking dinner when he decides to start a video recording for some of his Facebook friends.
Wanna see my funny hat I got last weekend?
Which is a great opportunity to show off one of his new hats, which you could purchase at a store over the weekend.
It's my room.
So he makes it into his room and goes for the closet.
I know where it is. Look at the light. Can't find my hat.
He can't find the hat, but can capture something else. Was it a spirit that was lurking out of his closet here? People say they can recognize a face. What do you think? This next clip was uploaded by the user Juan Carlos QuizPad87. This clip is filmed from inside a moving car as the driver is going down a dark and empty road in the mountains when he comes across something extremely creepy. It appears that some form of creature is seen running impossibly fast on the road. The creature does look similar to a human, but its arms are long and lanky. It appears to be at least 7 or 8 feet tall, and the way it is running does not look human to me, as you can hear from the man's reaction. Some of the commentators say that the creature appears to be headless, and others say it looks like a horse with only 2 legs. What do you think? Just a trick of the eye, or has Juan really captured something inhuman on film? My best guess is that indeed it was just a person on a horse at night. Do you agree?
So everyone wanted an update on what happened yesterday, so this is what happened. After I made the video, I went inside and I got my parents, and they did not believe me. But they went outside to check around, see what was there, because I showed them the video and they saw it, but no one was there.
Jasmine is talking about an event that took place on the porch of her parents' house the day prior to this. An event that startled her pretty good. What had happened?
And a lot of you were wondering where I was filming this, and I'll show you. This is my porch. It's like an outside area. A lot of you probably have one. I was sitting right here, and a lot of you were wondering why my window was open, and it's a screen. It's a clear screen. They're not open. So if anything else happens, I'll let you guys know.
Jasmine was singing a song, nothing crazy, and performing it for her library, when she realized that something must have snuck up right behind her. What appears to be a humanoid shape can be seen. You even are able to tell that there's facial features. And the moment Jasmine realizes that there's something else to it, the figure disappears. These next clips are part of a paranormal investigation by YouTubers and ghost hunters Sam and Colby. The team has gone to various haunted locations in the past to search for evidence of ghosts or other supernatural life. This Halloween, the duo chose to go somewhere very infamous in the paranormal community, the real Conjuring house, on which the movies were based. This house is located in Harrisville, Rhode Island, and is believed to be haunted even to this day. The Conjuring movie is based on the accounts of the Perron family, who moved into the house in the 1970s and were nearly immediately bombarded with unexplained occurrences. The main ghost known to live in the Conjuring house is named Bathsheba, a woman that lived on the property in the 1800s and was apparently very involved in witchcraft and even human sacrifice. The house eventually drew the attention of Ed and Lorraine Warren. This house has been on the radar ever since they investigated and performed a seance. Sam and Colby, along with a friend of theirs, Josh, will be spending a night in the Conjuring house and will be searching for paranormal evidence during their stay.
This is the room that changed everything for us.
Everything. Right here in the seance room?
Everything. I can show couch. Dude.
Bro, this is where it started for us too.
Really? So I was not a ghost believer until this room.
Like this changed your whole perception.
My whole life changed right here.
Bro, last time we were here, us too.
Really? So I
First, look in the mirror behind Josh. Just as he is telling the guys about his terrifying experience in that very living room, a shadow is seen, moving behind Josh, and it seems to be moving quickly away from Josh. The next occurrence is in the window outside the house.
Is that flickering up there? Oh, it's the fan? Yeah. Oh my god.
The team was filming because they noticed the flickering, however, quickly realized that it was caused by the fan. But they missed something in the bottom right corner. You can clearly make out the skin and the hair on the head as he's peeking out. Do you guys see it? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts on this famous haunted location, and if you think these investigators caught evidence of spirits in the Conjuring house. This man stated that all of a sudden his cat was behaving pretty strange one night. Furthermore, he heard scratching sounds stemming from the second floor. He then decided to investigate. As he approached a dimly lit room upstairs, the strange noises intensified. This event startled him to the core. It looked like the spirit of a woman that was haunting him. A couple of nights after this incident, the man started a Skype video chat with one of his friends. They both wanted to play some games together, just a regular evening on a weekend. But then something else joined in on the fun. Could it be that this is the same spirit of the woman that was haunting him before? This time we can hardly recognize her face, but the body looks like it belonged to a woman. The man never found out the reason behind this haunting. When a cousin visited her grandmother, she immediately felt uneasy in the apartment. She never had these strange feelings before, and it seemed a bit odd that a strong magnetic field could be felt by both of them. Her grandmother even told her about nightmares that she was having at the time. One night it got so bad that the young girl decided to capture the living room of her grandma's apartment on video. As we see several orbs flying by, a creepy and grim creature seems to stare right back at the camera. Could it be that her grandmother was haunted by an unknown ghost? Frightened to the core, Grandma moved to another apartment shortly after. Thomas forwarded me the next clip, which was part of one of his investigations from the early 2000s. He stated that he and his friends were investigating an abandoned school building close to their hometown. Did they actually come across what they were looking for?
It was like what, the BFG area? Yeah. Dude, that sucked. 3rd grade. Where did you say that thing was?
Oh, that shovel. Yeah, it was over there. Whoa. Yeah.
What? Oh my God! What the? Run!
Looking at a single frame of their footage, kinda looks like a female shape to me. What do you guys think?